Good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland, Michigan, making sure all my buttons are pushed and the mic is on. I think we're good to go. It is Saturday, which means it's time for our regular Saturday Live update. It's kind of a gloomy one here in Michigan as we are broadcasting this one out. A little sunshine, little clouds, some rain this morning, possibly some rain this afternoon, but you know what? It's summertime, mid-Michigan, but this looks like a good day to listen to vinyl or stop by the store and pick up some new vinyl if you are so inclined to do. Not a lot going on with the update. We're just going to get to some new releases, talk about a few things, and say our hellos, and then we'll let you get on with your Saturday. But man, it could be kind of a fun one. Speaking of the hellos, let's see who's out there and giving up their Saturday morning to spend on YouTube and Facebook here. Jennifer, hey, good morning to you. Thanks for being here. Gary is saying hi, Mr. Doogie, as well as Chuck saying good morning to you as well. Betty from Toledo checking in and saying hi. Let's see. Oh, Fred over on the west side saying good morning from Grand Rapids. Thanks for being here. Ken on the other side of the planet. Good day to you, sir. As always, thanks for being here. And Rachel checking in. Hey, Rachel, 4 seasons in what? Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it? That's a weird feeling morning out there. It's cool, but the humidity is high, which makes the air heavy, which makes the head go boom and the allergies go bleh. Hope you're doing well, Rachel. Thank you very much. Dan, good morning to you as well. And Jeff checking in and saying good morning. Hey, sir. Hope things are going well with you. Well, you know what? As I mentioned, not a heck of a lot going on here at the store in the midsummer, and it is, don't get me wrong, it is midsummer. It's the end of June for crying out loud. And we've got kind of a weird week coming up with the 4th of July landing in midweek. So thinking a lot about the hours for the 4th of July weekend, which I don't know if that's this weekend or if it's next weekend. I think it's next weekend, technically speaking. But we'll be closed on Monday and Tuesday per our normal closures. That's my weekend. And Wednesday will be open per normal, 11 to 6. Thursday, which is, let me double check that. As I say this, of course, I'm not very calendar oriented as I speak. Yep, Thursday is the 4th of July next week. So the holiday proper, we will be open, but limited hours. I'll be open, I think, from 11 until 4 on July 4th on Thursday. Close a couple hours early to go home and fire up the barbecue and hang out with Kim and the dogs and have a good day. Talk to our kids as well. So, yeah, we'll be open per normal last week with the exception of the 4th of July on Thursday, at which time we'll close a couple hours early. So 11 to 4 next Thursday. Make some notes of that. If you got some friends coming in from out of town, swing on through and say hello. Always appreciated. Then Saturday and Sunday, normal hours throughout the weekend. I'll be here Saturday next week, 10 to 6, and Sunday noon until 4 on Sunday. One more quick hello from up north. Mother saying, hey, have a great day up there as well. Hopefully, I saw a lot of rain up in the UP in the northern lower as well. It's been a rainy early summer, through here. Speaking of early summer, Kim texted me, the other day, and she was working and at home and heard a cicada in the yard making its chirp. I haven't heard one yet, but the old wives' tale stands, if that stands true, once you hear that first cicada, the first frost is 6 weeks away. So we marked it on our calendar. I don't know how true that's going to hold up because, man, it just seems like that chirped out a bit early this year. But if you hear a cicada, let me know. But just check your calendar because theoretically speaking, according to the Old Farmer's Almanac and Wives' Tales of sort, you are supposed to get a frost 6 weeks out from hearing the first cicada. So we'll see if that is true this year. But you know what? There's still plenty of summer to enjoy. Lots of great 4th of July stuff happening all around the area and the state. So make sure that you get out and you enjoy responsibly. And if you're playing with fireworks, never mind. Okay, new releases. We did get some in. As I mention every week now, make sure that if you're looking for some new releases, you let us know ahead of time. Check out the new release show. And if you can, on the weekend before a release, let me know that there's something that you'd like to order so we make sure we have it. Because it feels like they're getting a little sparse, but we'll see what happens on that. But this week, what we have left in Brand new stuff from the fabulous Thunderbirds. This is called Struck Down. You know, remember the T-Birds? They've been around for quite some time. And this is just a straight up fantastic blues album. It's a guitar blues album. Feels traditional, but man, there's some good slide guitar and heavy guitar electric blues on here. So you've got some folks on here helping the T-Birds out. Steve Strongman, who also produced this record. You got Billy Gibbons on here as well. And there's a song that's got Bonnie Raitt, Keb Mo, Taj Mahal, and Mick Fleetwood. There's another one on there with Elvin Bishop, and then the rest is all the Fab T-Birds themselves. So great straight up blues album, new stuff from the fabulous Thunderbirds. Let me set this over here. Running out of room. This one is an interesting one. New stuff. I'm saying that correctly. You didn't misunderstand. New stuff from Johnny Cash. This is called Songwriter, and I did a little research. The history on this release is quite interesting. We all, hopefully, if you're a fan of Johnny Cash, you know about his resurgence prior to his passing away with the American Recording series. And that series he was aided by Rick Rubin, and they struck up a very odd friendship. Rick Rubin, producer for lots of rock acts, including like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, among many, many others. And he became friends with Johnny Cash and led to that American series of recordings, including those just haunting acoustic cover tunes that he did on American 4, I believe, or 5, one of those two. So this is a collection of recordings that were made just prior to Johnny Cash getting with Rick Rubin and releasing the American recordings. So these were recordings that Cash made, but never released. And until this year, when his son, Johnny Cash's son, found the recordings. So the hype sticker says 11 songs newly found, previously unreleased. They were recorded in 1993. So he being Johnny Cash's son, John Carter, I think it said, brought the recordings forward, wiped out everything in the background with the exception of his father's vocals, and then had some new session musicians and other musicians, including the likes of Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys, come on and help re-record the music to go behind the lyrics. So I read a review on this that basically saying that this is what Johnny Cash would have sounded like with his last album had he not hooked up with Rick Rubin, had he never met Rick Rubin. So the review is mixed on it. And I did listen to a couple of these online, and they are older style country music, but there's a very modern feel to it because of the new instrumentation behind it. So this is 1990s Johnny Cash that feels almost like 70s Johnny Cash with a more modern sound backing behind it. So it's an interesting release regardless, but it's new stuff from Johnny Cash for you completists out there. This is an indie exclusive version, by the way, on black and white color vinyl. I don't know if it's a split or if it's a swirl of some sort, but brand new stuff. Johnny Cash might be worth checking out if you're a fan. Other stuff this week, we got a reissue of Lee Greenwood's, because it is the 4th of July, of course, his American Patriot. Lots of great patriotic songs. Fireworks splatter vinyl, red, white, and blue splatter vinyl on that one. Reissues also from the Young Fresh Fellows. This is a fun album. It's garage rock, it's punk, it's I don't know, it's a bunch of stuff in there. It's punk. We'll just call it punk from there, but it is kind of got a garagey feel to it. The debut album, reissued from the Young Fresh Fellows, The Fabulous Sounds of the Pacific Northwest. It's a, holy cow, 40th anniversary special edition. Brand new remix on this, as well as being on turquoise vinyl. So you got some cool punk from the Young Fresh Fellows. One of those, I've got 2 in stock right now. If it makes it through, I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock or so, one maybe have to opened up for quality control purposes. We'll see where we go from there. I've got the Young Fresh Fellows on my iPhone, but it might be fun to open one up. Reissue also from Queens of the Stone Age, their self-titled debut album from 2011. Definitive includes 3 additional tracks over the double LP. So there's some extra stuff on here for a 40th anniversary, not a 40th, for a reissue of Queens of the Stone Age. Recent issues in, we've got another copy of Doomed Forever, Forever Doomed from Zach Sabbath, Zach Wild and Company. This is essentially 2 Black Sabbath albums redone by Zach and Zach Sabbath. It's Masters of Reality and Paranoid. So essentially they're pretty much there. This was issued or released, I think, a year ago on purple vinyl. Immediately went on back order, was difficult to get. We now have a white vinyl version of this brand new stuff, brand new pressing rather of that from Doom Forever. So if you're into Sabbath and you like the Zakk Wylde covers, cool one to have. Other reissues just kind of restocked because got a copy of Nirvana Bleach, Nevermind, remastered version from a couple of years ago off of Sub Pop. Disturbed Divisive, got a copy of that in, and because we had an order and I got an extra one for the store, we got another copy of U2's Joshua Tree, double heavyweight vinyl on this one. This is a heavy record. It's obviously 180, but man, it could be up there. But double LP version of Joshua Tree. So that is a lot of the new stuff. Again, make sure you're paying attention to our new release video, which drops on Saturday afternoons, to see next week's stuff. And let me know if you really do want a copy of that. Let's see here. Ryan saying good morning. Hey to you as well. Concert Buddy Chance saying good morning, sir. How are you? And Gary asking for the cash. We got you there, Gary. Hey, on the vintage vinyl side, if you caught the drop yesterday, what a wild one. I had blues in there. We had some obscure punk stuff I've never really heard of. Some I have, some industrial, some new rock in there as well. But go back and look at that drop video. Still a lot of great stuff in there as well. But there was also some rare psych. And I wanted to toss this out just for you folks, especially out of towners. They have been sitting here. I put 4 albums out from the West Coast Pop Experiment Band. This is completely just off the wall rare psych from the late 60s. And we have got 4 OG copies of their debut album, Part 1, Volume 2 from the West Coast, the Volume 3 version, as well, A Child's Guide to Good and Evil, and then a kind of a late comer on there. I think this is from 69 or 70. It's called Where's My Daddy? But this stuff is absolutely, it's rare. It's a little costly, but it's in excellent condition for you fans of rare psych. And if you're not familiar with the West Coast Pop Experiment Band, think Zappa, in fact, Zappa influenced back and forth on these. I believe Zappa and the Mothers covered one of these, Help I'm a Rock. To go back and look at that just to be certain on there. But some phenomenal stuff for a collection. And because they're a little more expensive, if you're curious, call me. But if somebody wants like an instant collection of these and you want all 4, we'll wheel and we will deal. Just contact me and we'll let you know what we can do. But they're all 4 still here from yesterday. So if somebody wants an instant collection of West Coast Pop Experiment rare vinyl, let me know and we will go from there. Oh, who is this? Who is this? Saying James Gleason checking in from Remcord. Come on, learn to type on that phone, young man. James the Younger checking in from Texas. Good morning, sir. How the heck are you guys doing? Nice to hear from you. All right, folks, let me look at the time. It is up on time. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for the day. Do not forget to stop on by if you're out in downtown Farmers Market, dodging the if we're going to get some raindrops. Oh, latecomers, DK saying, hey, man, and shopping. He goes out shopping. That's why he's in there. So, and James is saying, hey-o to everybody. There we go. James the Younger. Where's your sister? She's usually watching this stuff too. Anyhow, you folks have a great week. We are going to be open today, Saturday, from now until 6 p.m. Tomorrow, Sunday, from 12 noon until 4 p.m. Don't forget the podcast with Steve Carlson. Sunday evenings, check that one out. We've got kind of a potpourri episode happening. For those of you questioning on how to use Discogs properly to enter, we're going to do a little Discogs segment. And Steve and I are going to talk about cheap vinyl. Cheap new vinyl. That's a fun one coming up. It's called Two Guys Talking About Records. Watch for it on YouTube and or Spotify. All right, sirs and ma'ams, we are going to take it off for the day. Enjoy yourselves. Stop on by if you so desire. Don't forget, Thursday, July 4th, will be open from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m., closing up a bit early for the holiday, but otherwise we'll be here throughout the rest of that weekend. So you folks have a great weekend. Have a great holiday, and we will talk to you live next week, Saturday, right here from Radio Wasteland Records. Have a great one, everyone. You guys rock.